Okay, so Mark, day 3 in office. You think he knows by now what these drones are?
Well, good morning, Marky, and thanks for having me back on. And my hunch is the answer is no. For those of us who have been following this drone, quote unquote, drone story closely, we've seen multiple incursions over the last 5 years now over very sensitive sites that have left the US government, despite all of its advanced sensors and detection capabilities, utterly clueless. So we're dealing with what I consider a pretty extraordinary mystery wrapped in a national security crisis. And I'll just quickly highlight a couple of the the better known
Yeah.
examples. The Wall Street Journal reported that just about a year ago, for 17 nights, drones, I call them UFOs for very specific reason. These objects, 17 nights in a row, hovered and flew over Langley Air Force Base, which is a very important air defense facility that houses F-22s, which are among the most advanced fighter jets in the world. The incursions were so brutally continuous that they had to move fighter jets out of the base to another facility. They had to task a special NASA aircraft equipped with some really advanced cameras to get a look at these things. And from, by all accounts, they got no data on these objects. Congress is furious. They're shocked. Those are direct quotes from key members of Congress. We have no idea what these objects are. And I'll just quickly add, there was another series of incidents just a few months ago over key U.S. bases, 4 bases in the U.K. These are U.S. military bases, one of which is supposed to allegedly host nuclear weapons shortly. And the same thing occurred over several nights. Brightly lit objects flew in formation,
Yeah.
as many as a dozen at a time, and they resisted all counter drone. Despite the deployment of some very advanced counter drone technology, they resisted all of those attempts to take those objects down. Let me ask you, Marky, who flies dozens of objects over sensitive sites that have bright
Correct.
flashing lights on them?
And
The
that's
million
my
dollar
point. I'm like,
question.
it's the craziest thing, Mark, that you have I mean, to your point, UFOs, we keep saying drones over Jersey. We don't actually know what these things are. It's the craziest thing in the world to me that we haven't gotten data or brought a single one of them down. I mean, how do you even begin to explain that for people at home who are wondering, who see these things still flying over their homes?
It's baffling. It's utterly baffling. The problem is, since there are no good answers, the story just goes away after a while. And look, let me be clear: a lot of the footage that individuals recorded in specifically New Jersey, I can say with high confidence, those were in fact misidentified jet aircraft, just normal airliners flying into Newark. But there's no question that there have been very, very well documented incidents over very sensitive facilities. But again, when the government has no answers, these things just quietly go away, and they have been going away for 70, 80 years.
Yeah. I only have a few seconds left. My producers are going to be mad at me, but I have to ask you this before I let you go. These things are flying over Bedminster, too. He has a bias for declassification. You have confidence that we'll get to the bottom of this at some point in his second term?
I was very disappointed with the Biden administration. They were just phoning it in. Frankly, they were gaslighting people at the very end of the administration, saying, "Oh, this is perfectly normal." Was kind of the gist of what specifically White House spokesman John Kirby was saying. My hope is that with the individuals that are going into the Trump administration, who have all expressed a very clear desire to be more open about UAP, UFOs, and these drone incidents, it's certainly going to be better from that perspective than the Biden administration.
We'll wait and see. All right, I got to end it there. But Marik Von Rennenkampf, thank you so much as always. See you again soon.